And your Hodge Trophy winner, two-time NCAA champion, Zain Retherford, going for his third Big Ten championship up against three-time All-American Brandon Sorensen. This will be their sixth-time meeting. The record, Retherford 5, Sorensen 0. Retherford, easy time getting to the finals. Sorensen, not as easy, but he got a big win over Deacon, who took him into overtime in the semis. He took him into overtime in the dual meet. He got a convincing win, 7-2 in the semis. Retherford and Sorensen.
Well, I don't think there's a harder working guy in any program than Brandon Sorensen, all right? You know, and he really works himself to a level where he can begin to compete here, but Zain Retherford has been the gold standard, okay? And it's just amazing to watch his, you know, if you want to go be physical, he's going to be physical. If you want to be technical, he's going to be able to go. He just has such an array, and he has really been the, I think, for this Denny Line program, that you know, the stir that's been stirring the drink here for him for a while here. He's been a motivator.
Shake hands.
Immediately competitive, right from the beginning of his career. Fifth place finisher his freshman year, and then he's just been all solid wrestler. They had one really close match in the duel last year in Iowa City. It was 9-8, and the battle was just amazing between these two athletes.
Not in the face.
But don't be surprised if this is a rematch of the NCAA, or rematch in a couple weeks. It ends up being the NCAA finals.
Like we said, it's just a continuing story yet to be told from the Big Ten championships to the NCAAs this year held in Cleveland in 10 days. Brandon Sorensen out of Cedar Falls, Iowa, wrestled for Denver High School. He was a four-time state champion. He's been fourth, second, and third, a three-time All-American, as you said. Zain Retherford, fifth as a freshman, and first as sophomore and junior.
And as hard of a conditioned athlete that Sorensen is, it just seems like every time he wrestles Retherford just works so hard out there, makes his opponents work so hard that you just can't be in good enough shape to wrestle Zain Retherford.
Have you ever seen anybody keep his feet moving like Retherford all the way through? I mean, it's just, well, you're right. I mean, it's just pound, stutter, let's go.
Well, his style, even though it's a little bit different, it reminds you a lot of Dan Gable when he would grab people that all of a sudden they would be tugged on. And, you know, as a kid, I got an opportunity to watch Coach Gable, but as an athlete, he would tug on people, and it was just so real. And by 3 minutes into the match, you were just amazed at how tired the other guy was. And that's the type of pressure that Zain Retherford puts on the gold standard as far as tiring people out. I mean, he's in Coach Gable.
25-0, and only one match all year has been less than a major decision. Guess who it was against? Brandon Sorensen. They met in the dual meet, 6-2. Retherford beat Sorensen in the dual meet a couple of weeks ago. Otherwise, it's all been major decisions, tech falls or falls, for the Hodge Trophy winner from 2017.
Put the hands out of the face.
This has been a good 2 minutes so far here for Sorensen, keeping good position. He's been able to fight, done a good job of hand fighting. You know, his shot isn't really there, but he looks like he's, you know, presenting himself. Notice how he's dropping. He's trying to post and with his thumb to the inside, fingers up, trying to post up, trying to catch Sorensen reaching.
The wrestler of the championships last year in the Big Ten, Zain Retherford, not only won the Big Ten championships, but he was voted the wrestler of the championships.
Another shot straight on by Retherford. Good period for Sorensen.
Go on your feet, gentlemen.
You mentioned it, Jim. He's the gold standard. He sets the example. He's hungry, humble, and smart.
Break easy. Yeah. Green, top bottom standing defer. Green defers, back to you, red.
There's the top two
Red's
right
down.
now. 18.5 point lead for Ohio State. Penn State's got 5 left. Every win is at least 4 points.
Down,
that
Green.
Does not count
Center
bonus
line.
points.
Don't
You
move
can
him.
see that Ohio State has not yet clinched this.
Gonna be a second
But
set.
they are getting closer.
Yes,
Penn
sir.
State, not only the opportunity to
It's gonna be a pause.
win
Step
all
bottom.
5, not that they're
Down,
favorites in all 5, but they could win all 5,
Yep.
but they can score bonus points like Jim has mentioned earlier. But Ohio State keeping the pace up, winning 2 of their first 3, and they've got 4 more themselves.
You know, this match, Tim, is looking a lot more like, in a lot of ways, the match that they had, that overtime match that they had a year ago in the duel. All right, no points in the first period. But watch how hard Sorensen is going to work here in the bottom position to get out. Notice how he's keeping those elbows in, keep the pockets closed down here, gets to his rear end, and Sorensen gets broken down there a little bit. He's trying to keep the legs out. I mean, this is a real huge battle right now going on. People don't appreciate how hard Sorensen is working down here to keep that leg out of Retherford's. Wow. Constant battle, using his head. Right, and look at Retherford just kind of pry him out right there, chops him down, look for that left leg to come in, pocket opens up.
Both wrestlers working extremely hard here. Retherford trying to get his signature leg in and work that.
See, he's working with that right knee there now, spreading that, giving himself enough room to put the leg in. See the right knee coming out there, spreading Sorensen out a little bit, keeping a lot of weight on the hands, no weight on his own knees.
This is like a no-hitter being thrown. This is like a no-hitter being thrown in baseball, and you got to appreciate the level of excellence here. We're talking about a world team member in Retherford, one of the best in the world.
Nice work here by Sorensen. Of course, the riding time is adding up here, but he's keeping that leg out in a real fierce way. He's trying to be as mentally tough as he can. Retherford keeping the weight on the hands, not putting the leg in, not taking the bait right now. He's not forcing that in there, forcing a leg in there that doesn't belong. He doesn't want to give up a reversal at this point.
The 2-time NCAA champion, Zain Retherford, out of Benton, Pennsylvania, Benton High School, has ridden out Sorensen in the second period. They'll go to the third period.
Back to you, Green.
And Retherford will choose down.
Yeah, of course, you've got to go down right there. You just rid out your,
third period, gentlemen.
For
set bottom, down easy.
2 minutes. You get out, get an escape, you get it under 1 minute. It's effectively
back off.
2-0 lead.
Back off. Get set, relax. Set, now. 1,000.
Good work there by Sorensen, now trying to keep Retherford on his hands. Sucks him back on the edge of the mat. Look at a new start.
Looking to try to ride for at least a minute before he gets out and have a chance to erase the riding time.
Yep, exactly. Plus you want to make Retherford work as hard as you had to work in that bottom position. Collects the ankle first, pinches the knees, coming hard with the spiral. Notice that Retherford a little bit better at getting to his rear end and cutting the corner right there and being able to get to his feet. Well done. Wow.
Retherford gets out for the one, has riding time. So right now the score 1-0 on the board.
All the pressure is on Sorensen now. What are you going to do? What's your go-to shot? What you've been thinking about this guy in your sleep for years now. What are you going to see out there that's going to give you your best opportunity to shoot?
Start up top.
Sixth time in their career they've wrestled. Never has Sorensen cracked the code and beaten the 2-time national champion Retherford. Right now it's 1-0. A little more than a minute left in the third period.
And this is where Retherford is also very skilled. If you take a half shot around you, he'll stuff the head and has a nice drag. He scores a lot of points when he drags around to the he actually can go either side with that drag. But notice how he's holding position. He senses that. He drops into a shot of his own. Can he finish it? For Sorensen, this isn't a bad position to be in because now all of a sudden you're wrestling and have an opportunity to go ahead and score. Maybe the Merkel position here with that head and arm.
Gets out, nice job. Well, both efforts.
Rutherford wanted out of that. He understood that head and arm position. He could give up a takedown.
Sorensen just getting ready to slip the leg in, just like his lighter weight teammate Corey Clark from last year, who won a national championship.
But that's the wisdom of the Hodge Trophy winner. You know, he felt danger in that position, gave it up. Now he's holding position.
Takedown to try to tie it and go to overtime. Sorensen, short time. just cannot get past the defense of Retherford, trying to win his third straight Big Ten championships. And Penn State has their first winner of the championships. Zain Retherford winning his third Big Ten title.
Not a lot of points on the board, Tim, but what a war that was physically. You know, that was
two
guys,
warriors.
Yeah, two guys putting it out there.
Zain Retherford is your champion for Penn State at 149 pounds. He's coming along with Shane Sparks, and Shane, you've got the champ.
All right, Zain, you've really owned this weight class the better part of the last 3 years. How do you keep your guard up when everybody's gunning for you to maintain the level of excellence that you do?
Yeah, get my mouthpiece out. I just think about, you know, not who's gunning for me or anything like that. Just getting the most out of myself that I can every day, and, you know, competing with gratitude. So that's what I'm focusing on every day.
Three-time Big Ten champion. You'll gun for your third NCAA championship. You're a world team member. Extremely humble, but what are you most proud of in the career you've had up to this point?
Just the way I wrestled, you know, before this match. I was just thinking about not maybe winning or losing, but, you know, the character that I show on the mat, or, you know, kind of the more important things, you know, wrestling with gratitude and just enjoying this experience. So that's what I'm more proud of, the things I've valued.
Been a lot of fun to watch you, Zain. Thank you.
Thank you.
The Zain train keeps on chugging. TJ?
Shane said it all. He's your Big Ten champion, Zain Retherford, at 149 pounds.